Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Prescott looks to throw right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Prescott to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. On 2nd and 9, Brady. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Brady's throw there complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Brady now on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Brady.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal.
This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact brought the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Holding, offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady.
That's complete to Mooney.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
From midfield, here's Brady. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Brady again. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 27, Brady sets up the screen to Gordon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Here's Brady. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Brady. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 9-yard touchdown there, and they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. A 10-play drive that time.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 75 yards. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Tom Brady and the offense back onto the field. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the 1st down.
Brady going to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. And brought in by the tight end Cook.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady gets it to Gordon.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It's caught by OBJ.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Brady to throw again. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Second and 7.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. A beautiful fake. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that goes to the goal line. If you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brady. And this is Cook with a grab. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more.
Touchdown, Bears! Melvin Gordon, a 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
They fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Out is Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in for long distance. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a play fake. Brady. And complete. Right side to Cook. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there. A first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
On 2nd and 9. Brady locates Mooney on the out route. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Here's Brady to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Cook.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
To throw is Brady. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and goal from the 1. Brady now to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That'll be complete to Cook.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
He hit his first, this one from 38. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, what half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Denver Broncos who are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game. And then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team. And that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Brady.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Here's Brady. He finds his man, complete. It's Cook.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 44, Brady. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Brady now on first down.
He's got Cook running the slant. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the Bears continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in. And it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott, it's caught. Tolbert. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Throwing, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
On On third down, it's Prescott. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
That was Eddie Jackson on the safety blitz, dropping the quarterback. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 7. First down, Chicago.
1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Brady going to try and throw on third down. And he finds McLaurin. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. They run it here with Gordon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 37.
91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now Brady. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. The long fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Brady.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge rip for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady.
Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. From midfield, here's Brady. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Gordon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Gordon. And they'll get this down to the 10. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Brady now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Melvin Gordon, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are on the board first first here in this Super Bowl.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now, after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down.
Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Wide open receiver complete.
On the move past the 40.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes.
And the Bears will add to their first-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Santos for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now, after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
On third down, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On play action, it's Brady. He finds his target, Beckham.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Brady now on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Darnell Mooney,
42 yards.
And the Bears are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of it.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9. Wilson finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Wilson. That's the tight end Hurst with it. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw with Brady. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. On second and 10, Brady. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Bears on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is third and 10. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Brady. That one is slant to McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On first down, Brady. It's caught. Beckham.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
To throw again on second down. Brady.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Now Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook.
Now second and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now a point after try for Santos. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out on the field. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
This is Dallas. Fake to K.J. Hamler. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's caught by OBJ.
And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Brady. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And incomplete on the deep ball. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now a 28-7 ball game.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Brady now on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here's Brady to throw.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
Touchdown, Chicago! The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the Bears are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
That story that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3 and able to get this out to the 25. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter play. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
From the 41, Wilson. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. That'll be complete to Cook. And down right near the 25. Able to break through that initial contact. Got him some extra yardage. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing now is Brady. And he finds McLaurin. And he will have the Bears first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Brady going to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's got room.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Throwing on first down is Brady.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. The 20. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
So the huge pass play had him set up at the 1-yard line, and then they cash in the very next down.
Yeah, the points went up on the board, but the pass play, that was what got them in position. Long way downfield. Might have demoralized the defense just a little bit. They were able to punch it over the goal line the very next snap.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
It's good, and it's now 35-14. They got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
We'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Brady now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From midfield, here's Brady.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here comes Mooney now on the jet sweep.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now they'll throw with Brady.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Melvin Gordon with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears are starting to pour it on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw again is Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Wilson. Incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. On 3rd down, Wilson. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. And he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
126 yards rushing for the Bears. His big night continues.
Running backs coach I've talked to has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
On play action, it's Brady. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Gordon will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now the point after try for Santos. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On 2nd and 9, Brady.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Brady now to throw.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Bears have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst.
Wilson's pass complete to Hayden Hurst. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 24, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Williams. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
And the Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. On the clock now, the Chicago Bears. With the next selection, the Lions are on the clock. The Chicago Bears are on the clock now. The Detroit Lions now on the clock. It's the Bears now on the clock. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions.